Doing
Requesting everyone to wait for a few more seconds while Sergeant at Arms Toastmaster Navya begins. There we go.
Hi everyone, welcome to the 446th meeting of Central Delhi Toastmasters Club. Okay, so are you the one who is not confident in speaking in front of public? Are you the one who hesitates talking to people and are not comfortable with social events? Well, let me tell you, you have come to a perfect place. We at Central Delhi Toastmasters Club provide you a perfect audience where you can communicate and express yourself in front of the public, where the audience will encourage you always and will push forward you towards becoming extremely fluent in English and talking in public. So together as our club, we have a motive for our members, and the motive is to become extreme, and the motive is to present yourself confidently and speak fluently in front of public. So with that note, I would like to invite the president of our club, Mr. Karanveer Singh. He is currently pursuing his bachelor's from IP University, and he is extremely helpful. Here we go.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Navya, for that warm welcome. I welcome you all to 446th meeting of Central Delhi Toastmasters. Thank you very much. Before we begin, I may request all of you to close your eyes for 30 seconds and let's pray for the world peace. Thank you very much. Today, I would like to begin with a story. There were two kids who were playing in a park. One was a boy and the other was a girl. The boy had a lot of marbles with him, and the girl, she had a lot of candies with her. And seeing this, what they decided, the boy said, "You, I'll give you all my marbles, and you give me all your toffees." And they got very excited about it. So the boy, being very clever, what he did, he gave her all the marbles except one marble, the most beautiful and the biggest marble, he kept with himself. The girl, being very honest and polite, she gave him all her candies, and they went back home. What happened later at night, while the girl was sleeping peacefully, the boy kept wondering all the time that did the girl actually give me the tastiest toffee she had, or did she keep it just like I did? Many times in our lives, we think that whatever we have been doing in the past week, take a second and think what you were doing in the past 10 days or
Papa
15.
second wave flew thi.
Yes, thank you so much, Tech Master. So take a moment and think what happened in last 10 to 15 days. What were the things you executed? Did you give your 100% to them? When we give our 100% to things, we come home satisfied and sleep peacefully. But when we don't give 100% to things, we always keep wondering and keep finding excuses. Why aren't the things working for us? Why are people doing this to me? Why are why is the universe like this? And ultimate reason is that since we are not giving our 100%, we remain doubtful, just like that boy in the story. Similarly, in Toastmasters, when it comes to giving 100% in your public speaking journey, one way is to participate in contests. What are these contests? Since we all are Toastmasters here, each Toastmaster is eligible to participate in contests which are being conducted throughout the year by the clubs. Coming up next is our international speech contest, which will be conducted very soon in the club. Now, people who want to become a great public speaker find this very amusing. They start preparing for their speeches, they write a speech, they deliver in multiple clubs, they prepare rigorously, they take feedback from multiple mentors, and ensure that their speeches hit right at the heart of the audience. And that is the way they ensure that they are giving their 100%. And I'm sure with this, we all will give our 100% from the next time. Taking the meeting forward, first of all, I would like to acknowledge the presence of dignitaries in the room. Please help me acknowledge distinguished Toastmaster Deepak Menon, the International Past President of Toastmasters International. With this, I would like to welcome all the new guests who have decided to take the first step in their public speaking journey and join us today. I will request the guests to come and introduce themselves in a very short way. For example, I am Karan Veer Singh. I'm currently working at XYZ, and I came to know about Toastmasters from my friend Toastmaster Deepak Menon. So may I request guest Abhinav to go first, please? Guest Abhinav?
Yeah, hi Karanveer. Hi, good evening, everybody. I am Abhinav and I'm currently working in a consulting firm. And I got to know about Toastmasters through the Instagram handle of the Central Delhi Toastmasters Club. So looking forward to the first meeting.
Thank you so much, Abhinav. May I request guest Kanav to please introduce himself? Guest Kanav?
Uh, so I'm not working anywhere right now. I'm finding my job. So I came to know about
Guest Kanav, we are finding little difficulty in hearing you, but we welcome you to the club, and we hope you have a great experience today. May I request guest Rashi Joshi to please go ahead and introduce herself. Rashi, please go ahead.
Thanks a lot for this invitation. I am Rashi. I am studying at IIM Jammu, a student of MBA. And I got to know about this club from one of the employees I was working under during the first year of my undergrad. And he was a member of this club. So that was it. And wonderful being here. Looking forward to interacting with you all.
Great. Thank you so much, Rashi. We welcome you to the club. May I request guest Suraj to please introduce himself.
Hi everyone, my name is Suraj Kumar Jaiswal and I am a journalism student at Delhi University, and I know Toastmaster from my brother, and I am here to improve my English. And yeah, nice to meet you guys.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Suraj. Welcome to the club. And may I request everyone to please turn on their cameras while they come and speak. May I request guest Namita to please introduce herself.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, you are, Namita.
Sorry, I'm a little outside, hence I can't turn my camera on. Hello everyone, I'm Namita. I work with HSBC. I had actually joined Toastmasters last year, but I just attended a couple of meetings and I couldn't continue. I was in Pune at that point in time. Now I'm in Delhi. So yes, so looking forward for the interaction with you all.
Thank you so much, Namita. We hope you come and continue your journey here at Central Delhi Toastmasters, and
Yes,
we
for
would
sure.
love to have you here.
Thank you.
May I request guest Sagar to please introduce himself.
So good evening, everybody.
Good evening, Sagar.
My name is Sagar, and I just turned 18 this year, and I will be starting my first year as an undergraduate in engineering college. So I will be pursuing engineering starting from this year. I have just finished my class 12th, and I got to know about this club online, and my friend also suggested me to take participate in this to improve my speaking skills.
Welcome to the club, Sagar.
Thank you, sir.
You are at the right place. We have a lot of engineers. In fact, engineers are almost everywhere. So yes. May I request guest Shreya to please introduce herself.
Yeah, am I audible?
Yes, you are. And I may request you to please turn your camera on.
Yeah. 1 second. Yeah. So yeah, this side Shreya. And I really got to know about the Toastmaster through like one of my friend who has joined it already. And she has told me that it's a great club to start with. Like if you're looking for the person of a right professional, or if you want to interact with the people of your own domain and want to improve your public speaking also. So it's a very right platform. And currently I'm a working professional in IT sector. So yeah, I'm looking forward to have this journey with you all people. Yeah.
Great. Thank you so much, Shreya.
Yeah.
Welcome to Central Delhi Toastmasters.
Yeah.
Now we will continue with the meeting, and we will continue with the guest introduction in the later part of the meeting. Meanwhile, all the guests are requested to please put their introduction right there down in the chat box. Before moving ahead, I would also like to welcome the newest members of our club. One of them is Toastmaster Akshat Goel, who has previously served as VP Education in Central Delhi Toastmasters, and now he's back with us. We welcome you, Toastmaster Akshat.
Thank you, Toastmaster Karvin.
Yes, taking the meeting forward, there is a person who is a chartered accountant and a loving mother. Today, she is going to take all of us on a journey. What kind of journey is it? Well, I will ask her to come on the stage and tell us what kind of journey is she going to take us on. Please help me welcome Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Anchal Jain, with her theme, Reliving Your Childhood. Reliving Your Childhood, Toastmaster Anchal Jain. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Karanveer. How many of you remember your childhood? Almost everyone. But do we remember the whole part? Not exactly. Only those portions of life which have a positive impact, a positive portion, and which are negative, only that comes in our mind, or which stays with us. Like a teacher always remembers either the brilliant kids or the naughtiest one, isn't it? Toastmaster Rashmi ma'am. Okay, so before getting into the meeting, let me share some pictures with you to help you recall. Do you remember this one? A hawker used to stay outside our school premises and who was waiting for our school bell to be rung and school to be over. And we used to rush towards him, the ice creams. No, another one, Babool. Who can't remember Babool? Well, there may be instances with you also. Who among you would say have purchased a Babool which was free? That means exchanging 5 Babool wrappers and getting a Babool for free. I want an interactive session. Let's unmute your mics.
Yes, I remember that.
I remember that.
Okay. Yeah. For those who don't smoke, that was the remedy. Phantom.
Yes, ma'am.
Chatmola. Well, this is my favorite. I used to carry it all the time with me. Poppins, Guru Chela. The faces on both
I remember
sides.
Guru Chela.
The ones you have played, you might have played in the streets. What was that? Coco?
Chapu.
Step. Right. What was that? This one. Poshampa. I don't remember what we call, sorry, grammarian for that, but I don't know. What do we call it in English? Okay, moving ahead. The one
Yes,
that games we used to play with marbles, Though I haven't played them, these two, but I do found them in my father's stock. And the one
Tippy tippy tap.
tippy tippy tap. Who was that?
It's me, Rashi.
Okay, great. So video games, everyone must have played. After we came from school, we used to play Super Mario. That was really famous. And for online one, that was Super Mario. And for offline people, that was the other one with bricks. Hope you remember, everyone. Yes.
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 Magic bricks.
Great. Okay. So this is my childhood memory. What I feel is we were 3 siblings and we all have a single bicycle. If I count on Vivan, he's a single child and he already has 3 or 4 vehicles, whether it's scooter, a big one scooter, cycle, many other. We use this bicycle to make a hawker and sell the ice creams, stand it. Who else has done this? May I know? Okay, no one. This was one of my kitchen things that I used to play. So that was all which I have got from my childhood. Now I want to put in front of you few of my instances, childhood instances, which are little funny as well as embarrassing at the same time. When I was around 6 or 7 years old, one day I visited a shopkeeper for the candies. Can anyone of you answer how many candies can you get for a single rupee? Anyone?
4.
1 or 2.
It could be
2
10, around 10 at
or
that.
1.
Okay.
Depends on which year we are talking about.
Around 95, 96 or 97?
10.
Yeah,
4.
8.
10.
4 or 8.
10, 15.
When I bought 20 candies.
Oh.
Yes. So I gave the shopkeeper 5 rupee note and I bought 100 candies. On the return, I was very happy because it will be my stock for a month. Can you imagine? But my happiness soon turned into sorrow. When my father came to know about this, he threw all the candies into the dustbin. Because of this, I went angry on him and I didn't talk him for a day or 2. That was my foolishness level. Now let me share another instance. Ever since childhood, I was very lazy. One day, me and my sister were returning from our aunt's house. So just in respect of laziness, I was walking, not exactly walking, I was running on the road in a zigzag way so that I don't have to latch the door. My sister will end up latching the door because she will be coming late. So I started running in zigzag way. But soon a scooter came out of nowhere. I don't know where it came from and it hit me. And I fell down and it really hurt me very bad. This time, my sister not only had to latch the door, she has to take me to the home, take care of me, and I ended up on the bed for a week. So this way, I became a disciplined child and I was ended up with having no fun. Now, carrying the same discipline, let me introduce you to all the 3 segments of Toastmasters meeting. The first segment is prepare speeches, where members deliver their homework, right? Second one is the table topic segment, which is impromptu segment, and where members can practice speaking on their feet. And the third one is the most important, the evaluation round, in which evaluation is done by general evaluator and his team. So like we have our parents, our teachers as the pillars, which help us in our gray areas. We have the auxiliary role players who will help us in various fields of improvisation. Now, to keep track of time, please help me welcome the timer for today's meeting, Toastmasters Zubair.
Yes, this is what I used to get when I came home late after playing. And that's how I learned the importance of time. But here in CDTM, things work quite differently. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. The difference is we are not as harsh on you as my mom, but we have the same discipline in time. What we are gonna give you are three cards. A green card on lower limit, a yellow on average, and a red on upper limit of time. We have three segments. First is prepared speech segment. Here today we don't have any icebreaker, so the speakers will be given 5 minutes for 5 minutes, a green card, yellow on 6 and a red on 7. For table topic speakers, especially guests, you will be given 1 minute on green card, 1.5 on yellow, and 2 on red. For speech evaluators, you will be given 1.5 minutes on green, 2 on yellow, and 2.5 on red. The thing to be noted is you will be given a 30-second buffer time, and if you cross that buffer time, you will be exempted from voting. So make the wise choice of your time and choose your time wisely. Thank you. Back to Timothy.
To help with our grammar, please help me welcome grammarian Toastmaster Vedant.
Thank you, Timor. Childhood. This one word is enough to bring back so many memories and emotions that we have experienced in our life. This was the time when we used to be so carefree, living in our own happy world, just free from any expectations of the society. The mistakes made in our childhood are easily forgiven. But now, as we all have grown up, it's our duty to work on our mistakes. So today, I will be looking after the correct usage of English language. Using correct grammar and right words while speaking are one of the most important aspects of English language. I will be noting down the good and not so good usage of the English language. Well, in today's meeting, I am sanguine that I will not be getting this opportunity much. So that's the word of the day, sanguine. It means optimistic, hopeful, or confident about the future. Let's take some example. It amazes me how even after having cancer, it does not prevent him from being sanguine. Or I am sanguine that today's meeting will get over in the scheduled time. Everyone is requested to use the word of the day in their speeches and interactions. Members are requested to show a thumbs up whenever the word of the day is used. The medium of communication is English, and if any speaker uses any other language, then he or she can translate it to English afterwards. I will be presenting my final report in the evaluation segment. Back to Timor.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vedant. To help with our us and ums, please help me welcome the A counter, Toastmaster Akshat Goyal.
Thank you, Toastmaster Anshul. Good evening, everyone. I hope you all are safe and doing well. I'm sure you all must have very fond memories of your childhood, some good memories and some not so good memories. Now think a little and think about those not so good memories. Was it a test in which you scored poorly, or was it something else? Any which way, you must have found a way to deal with it or learned to how to tackle them. Similarly, while speaking in Toastmasters, we may face many hurdles which hampers the effectiveness of the way we communicate. So, to help you all overcome those challenges, I am Akshat Goel playing the role of our counter for today's meeting. I will be keeping note of usage of filler words such as well, you know, so, etc. Filler sounds such as etc. Repetitive words or repetitive phrases, and lastly, short and long pauses. I'm sanguine. Everyone would like to make their speech flawless by minimal usage of these sounds and words, and along the way, make my job a bit easier. I will be back with my report in the evaluation segment. Over to Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Anchal.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Akshat, to inform us about the rules and regulations of Toastmaster meeting. Please help me welcome the parliamentarian Toastmaster Sakshi.
When I was a small kid, I used to carry my favorite mask and sing my favorite song in front of my mother. The song is When I Was Just a Little Girl, I asked my mother, what will I be? Will I be pretty? Will I be rich? Hear she what she said to me. Que sera, sera. Whatever will be, will be. The future does not ask to see. Que sera, sera. Good evening, Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters, and welcome guests. I am Sakshi Bansal, and I'll be playing the role of parliamentarian in today's meeting. So everything goes well in the meeting, and this place become a wonderful learning experience for everyone. So I request everyone to follow certain rules which are here. The first one is to keep your audio muted. The second one is the phone should be kept on silent mode. The third one is the video should be turned on so that the session become interactive and it becomes easy for the speaker to have a wonderful experience and interactive session. The fourth one is the member should not indulge in any form of eating. The fifth one is no negative references to caste, race, or class should be made. And the last one is sex, politics, and religion. These topics are not taboo. Speakers need to be sensitive if they choose to speak about them. So I request everyone to follow certain rules, and I'll be submitting my report in the evaluation segment. Thank you, and over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sakshi. To check how attentive we were in the meeting, please help me welcome the listener, Toastmaster Bhavananja.
Toastmasters and guests, reliving your childhood. So what is special in child age that we go to back? So if you observe one thing, child age away from past and future. They remain in present, so they don't distract from past and future. So we can say they are good listener because they stay in present time. Okay. So question is, can we not be good listener? Definitely we can. So if we can learn how to be in a present moment, then definitely we can be good listener. So today I am listener. So I strongly believe no one became good communicator without good listening capability. So I will suggest, if you want to be good communicator, you should focus on listening capability. I will ask a few questions from any speaker in evaluation segment. Over to Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Bhavananja. Finally, to make us laugh, please welcome Joke Master, Toastmaster Ankit.
Good evening, everyone. Do you know there is a mysterious place in Delhi other than Rajiv Chowk metro station? It's Palika Bazaar, and it is a market in CP where a Toastmaster Pooja Kotecha visits weekly. She will never get directionless in any part of the world. And if someone is visiting CP first time, His or her journey will be incomplete if he or she doesn't mean doesn't meet a person with a small stick in his hand and asking you to let him clean your ears. And if your self belief is strong, you will deny him. Otherwise, you will be convinced by him easily. So, next time, if you want to check your self belief system, go visit Palika market and sit there. The person will easily find you and will challenge your self belief system. Thank you, TMOD.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Ankit. Now it's time to move on to the first segment of Toastmasters meeting, which is prepare speeches. So our first speaker is Toastmaster Shivangi Mittal. Before calling the first speaker, let's hear from her evaluator, Toastmaster Ritvik, her speech objectives.
Thank you, Timor, for the recognition. Today, TM Shivangi Mittal goes forward to give her L2P1 speech with the project title Understanding Your Leadership Style with the pathway Persuasive Influence. And the timer should note that she has to show the timer cards, green card at 5 minutes, yellow card at 6 minutes, and the red card at 7 minutes. Well, by the way, her objectives include to identify her primary leadership style and to share some aspect of her leadership style or discuss leadership styles in general. She being the past president, I hope she is the perfect, most relevant person to fulfill this objective. My wishes with her, I believe she puts the stage on fire. All the very best, Shivangi. Over to the team. Thank you very much.
Introducing Toastmaster Shivangi, who is an undergrad student from Delhi University. As a child, she drank an entire bottle of cough syrup like juice at once and told this to her parents, and they all laughed. While this was hilarious, now calling Toastmaster Shivangi with her speech title From Executive Committee to Team 2M, 2AM. From Executive Committee to Team 2AM, Toastmaster Shivangi.
Thank you, Toastmaster Archer. Well, I have always been a fan of adding some new challenges to my speeches. So today I am giving my first attempt at an impromptu prepared speech. Well, my leadership journey at CDTM started in June. Now, I was very comfortable and I had decided that I'm going to contest for the Vice President membership position. And I was very comfortable because I had been in the department for 2 months, taking briefings, and everything was going well. So one day, I and Toastmaster Karthik were having a casual conversation, and out of nowhere, he drops this bomb on me that Shivangi, now I think you could be the next president. What do you think? Are you willing to do this? And I went like, what? So he told me to think about it, and I said, well, no. I don't think I can do justice to the position because, well, a leader is someone who knows the way, goes the way, shows the way. And I, for one, did not know the way. Forget going and showing the way. So I told him, no, I can absolutely not do justice to this position. And he, as my mentor, told me, hey, well, now don't self-reject. Think about it. One thing led to another, and before I knew it, I was the president, the youngest one. Well, in the last 6 months, I would like to describe this journey in 2 parts. The one is the first 3 months where the club officers were an executive committee. And the last 3 months is when they became Team 2AM. Now, this transition from executive committee to Team 2AM is what shaped my leadership style as an affiliative leadership style. Now, I want to share this one story. There was this one meeting where, pretty much like recent meetings, I was also not able to manage the meeting timing and we were going way off the scheduled time. I think we ended at about 9:40 that day. So after the meeting, Toastmaster Karthik, the immediate past president, sat me down for 45 minutes and he told me exactly all the things that were going wrong. Now he told me that what is going wrong, but he did not tell me how to correct it. The only thing he told me was that people will not follow you because you are the president. They will not do the work because they are in a position of responsibility. You need to get to a point where they accept your orders, not because you're the president, but they want to do the work which you tell them to do because you are Shivangi. So get to a point where you build that relationship with them that they would not want to ignore your messages. And in these 3 months, this is precisely that I was working on. From constantly pinging everyone on their personal chats, calling them, I just stopped worrying about who is ignoring me. In fact, I just turned off my read receipts on WhatsApp so I don't have to bother about who is scene zoning me and who is ignoring me. I just kept messaging them. And every time I would ask them, well, what is wrong? How can we make it better? And that eventually transitioned into this team becoming a team 2 a.m. A team 2 a.m. where we had hundreds of informal WhatsApp groups. There were calls with discussions. But one thing that was the highlight in all of this was that we never had a conflict. As an affiliative leader, one always focuses on ensuring harmony and a collaborative spirit in the team. And I was successful in doing that because we never had a major conflict and everyone very collaboratively tried to understand each other's ideas. Now, there are also some weaknesses in this way. As an affiliative leader, one faces weakness when it comes to posing negative feedback to the team, especially when performance needs to be emphasized. As an immediate past president, I continue to face this weakness because I have to guide the next EC in terms of where they're going wrong. So the way ahead is for me to realize that and work on developing a dynamic leadership style where I am using different leadership styles, be it affiliative, be it democratic, where I'm taking everyone's opinions, be it pace setting, where I am institutionalizing processes. All of this has to be done and leadership styles need to be changed on the basis of the need of the situation. And when I get to that point, it will be a leadership style speech for another time. But for now, all I have to say is that the first 3 months when we were the executive committee, the club was growing at 27% rate. We were adding new members every month. People were not listening to me. They were ignoring me. And I was constantly taking all of that in my mind. But once I went on to ignore all of that and really build that relationship, asking them on personal chat that, okay, if you're not taking this feedback, then what is it that's going wrong? Working out a way one-on-one, that is what worked for me. With this, I would like to call it a night. Thank you. Over to you, Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Shivangi. Now, I would like to request everyone to please share your feedback in the chat box. Okay. In between, let us call the other speaker, the second speaker, who is Toastmaster Jaydev. Let us call his evaluator, Toastmaster Shanti, to read his speech objectives.
Hello, everyone. Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day. Very good evening to all of you. Today, Toastmaster Joy is going to give his Level 1 Project 3, Research and Presenting, under the pathway Innovative Planning. The speech title is COVID-19, to vaccinate or to not vaccinate. I guess it is a topic which we are all looking forward to in today. The objective of the speech is for the member to learn or review basic research methods and present a well-organized and well-researched speech on any topic that he wishes. I wish TM Joy a very best of luck. Thank you. Back to the Toastmaster.
Introducing Toastmaster Joy, who is a medical writer. And as a child, because of his love for movies, he wanted to become an usher in movie theater in order to watch free movies. But thank God, he didn't do that. Because at that time, he never considered that he will end up watching the same movie again and again. calling Toastmaster Joy with his speech titled To We or Not to We COVID Vaccine. To We or Not to We COVID Vaccine, Toastmaster Joy.
To we or not to we? That is the question. TM Bhavanand Jha posted some questions in the new CDTM family WhatsApp group. What does the COVID vaccine do to us? If vaccines work, then why lockdown? When will the virus finally be gone? I have received 3 shots that exposed my body to harmless coronavirus spike protein. My immune system recognized this as threat and went through a practice round of attack. This created a memory for SARS-CoV-2. So at our next encounter, the virus will be rapidly vanquished. Nothing is 100% in medicine. Some fully vaccinated may still get infected, but are unlikely to fall seriously ill. The effectiveness of the vaccine slowly declines, needing booster doses. Now, I was told that a microchip was inserted in me so Bill Gates can monitor my every move. Hey, Bill. I'm sorry, my life is so boring. On a more serious note, there are some rare side effects, but they pale into insignificance compared to the lives saved. How can I trust a shot that was made available so hastily? It used to take more than 10 years to develop a proper vaccine. Some use this argument, forgetting that it took a tremendous feat of human ingenuity and cooperation to manifest this miracle of modern medicine. I wonder if these anti-vaxxers still prefer dial-up internet since high speed is too fast. Yo, boys, I am singing song, soup song, flop song. Why this cola very deep? Remember? I recently heard someone sing, yo, boys, there is so much herd immunity now. Then why this lockdown deep? Here, we need to understand the difference between public health recommendations and personalized medical advice. Managing a unique set of circumstances in a specific person happens in individual consultations. Mandates from government agencies focus on the greater good of most people. To illustrate further, let me ask for a volunteer among the audience who may have been vaccinated and also has had COVID. Please unmute and speak up your name if you are volunteering. Please unmute and speak up if you would share your COVID vaccine experience.
Toastmaster Pooja is raising her hand.
Thank you, Pooja. Could you share how did you receive the vaccine and what infection you had, when?
Sure, I'll happily do that. I was just waiting for some guests to participate, but since I don't have, I'll volunteer. I got COVID in the first wave itself, and I suffered for almost nearly 3 weeks. And it took me another 3 months to recover from the entire process. I would have body aches. I was not being able to walk for a long time. I would feel breathless. And later in next year in 2021, I got myself vaccinated. I have got both the doses, and things have been pretty much fine till now. And today only, since I may travel day after tomorrow for some important event. I got myself RT-PCR, and thankfully it's negative. So things have been fine after the vaccination, for me at least.
That's great to hear that you have both natural immunity and vaccine immunity, do you have people around you who may be high risk, like elderly folks, or um, um, and are you still taking any precautions?
Yes, I do have my mother-in-law and father-in-law who are staying with us, and surprisingly, and it's a relief for us that my mother-in-law has not been exposed to the virus. She's not in all the three waves. She hasn't been she hasn't been tested positive or anything, so she's safe.
Thank you for sharing,
And
Pooja. I
they are
really
both
appreciate your
vaccinated.
sharing. Thank you. So we develop natural immunity on being exposed to the actual virus. Vaccine immunity seems very similar to effectiveness and duration to that of COVID-19. Past pandemics ended when combination of both reached the level of herd immunity that stops community transmission. We are not there yet. Mutations have caused the virus to become more contagious, but thankfully less deadly. However, the elderly remain at risk. To prevent spread of the current Omicron variant, properly fitted masks, regular hand washing, and social distancing remain of utmost importance. Now it seems that the elephant has passed, just the tail remains. This idiom sounds better in Hindi. The recent spike of new cases in Delhi is declining, and there is tantalizing possibility that over time, COVID may become a seasonal flu-like illness globally. We can't let our guards down prematurely, though, lest an unforeseen mutation throws things off again. The future feels sanguine. Innovations abound as brave new world learns to exist with this shape-shifting virus. People around the world demand equitable ways to distribute healthcare resources among the haves and the have-not. As for me, the pandemic has been a mixed blessing. There has been personal and business ups and downs, but without a doubt, the brightest spot was getting to discover CDTM from halfway across the world. This happened due to lockdown-induced online meetings. To all my new friends, stay safe, get vaccinated, and we will take on any new adversity together. Thanks, and over to you, TMO.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Joy. Now, I would like to request everyone to please share your feedback in the chat box. So, third speaker is Toastmaster Pooja Kotecha. Calling Toastmaster Karanveer, the evaluator of third speaker, to read out her speech objectives.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the day. Our speaker, Toastmaster Pooja, is going to deliver a speech under the project Understanding Your Communication Style from level 2. The purpose of this project is for the member to learn about different communication styles and identify his or her primary style. The purpose of this speech is for the member to share the impact of his or her style on others. Timer, please note the speech timing is 5 to 7 minutes, and I wish the speaker all the very best. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Introducing Toastmaster Pooja, who has done become honors from Kolkata. As a child, she loved to play a lot. And instead of studying, she would rather prefer to play. So she had to, her parents had to appoint 2 tutors at the same time to make her study. Calling Toastmaster Pooja with her speech title, Babies Also Communicate. Babies Also Communicate, Toastmaster Pooja.
Thank you so much, Toastmasters Achal, for the lovely introduction. So, have you ever heard a newborn baby cry? I'm sure, clearly, most of us have. And that is their way to communicate. Clearly, they also have, and everyone, each individual of us, have a different way to communicate our ideas and our thoughts. We may communicate in a different manner, verbal, non-verbal. So, good evening, fellow Toastmasters, and I would a warm welcome to all our guests today. We all understand the importance of communication in today's life, both personal and professional, needless to say. We need a very effective communication at our workplace as well. And that's the primary reason why we all of us are here to work and get better at it every day. I have been thinking a lot since past 1 week about my style of communication. A lot of self contemplation happened in past 1 week about. I kept questioning myself, what is my way of communicating? How do I communicate? And of course, before I get there, I did some research, and in a pathways project, I found a very interesting fact which I would like to share, like 4 modes of communication. To start with, there is one which is initiative communication. So that is nothing but a communicator who is very energetic and very enthusiastic about life in general. You can feel the vibe of that person, and you just feel great about it. So that is initiative communicator. Then there is someone who is a supportive communicator. Now, who is a supportive communicator? Supportive communicator is somebody, he's right opposite of initiator. He's somebody who is very quiet, who prefers listening over talking. So he is somebody who is a supportive communicator. Then there is somebody who is a direct communicator. As the name suggests, direct communicator. He's very focused, knows exactly what needs to be done, goes straight to the point, and achieves the objective of the conversation. And lastly, there is an analytical communicator. He is very precise. And to me, what I understand from an analytical communicator is somebody who is communicating and is always backed by the evidence. He may have factual information to back his information that he's talking about. He's not vague about the conversation. So, after understanding all these types of communication, I'm sure we all understand what kind of communication babies do. Any guesses from the room? Any idea?
Direct.
There you go. So babies have a direct way of communicating. They're obviously not supportive. They are definitely not analytical, and they don't even initiate any conversation. They are just direct in their conversation about their needs, and how they communicate is through crying. I feel developing a strong communication skill is one of the best gifts, at least I can give to myself. Also, from whatever I've read and whatever I've seen around, that most successful people, the most common thing that they have is a very effective form of communication. Now, coming to me, I was, from my analysis and from my little understanding of what kind of communicator am I felt that I am little bit of everything. So I felt that I am more of a flexible communicator. I know that might sound a little absurd, like what is exactly a flexible communicator? So I understood that from the Pathways project, what I was understanding that what is exactly a direct communicator? I actually mold myself according to the person who is on the other side of the table as per the situation that I am in. So when somebody is direct to me, I understand the need of that time, and I try and keep that conversation limited to the objective of that conversation. On the contrary, when I see somebody who's very enthusiastic and who is like all happy go lucky kind of a person, then probably I will just try and mold myself and try and be around, come across as that, and go with the flow. Then, if I see somebody who is very supportive, I will probably let that person listen and also do some listening. And lastly, if I see somebody who is very analytical, what do I do then? I realize that I'm not somebody who is very analytical in nature. I may be wrong, I may be right, but this realization came in last 1 week that I'm not somebody who's very analytical. And with the help of fellow Toastmasters, I would like to develop this skill over a period of time to be more analytical in my approach. So yes, does now I was wondering, does this make me a Manipulative conversationalist? I really wonder, do I become manipulative by acting differently in different situations? Maybe yes. Not really. I think that being a great communicator, you need to have all different skills and to be able to communicate differently in different situations as per the need of the hour. So, fellow Toastmasters, today I would like to ask you all, did you get a chance to reflect on what kind of a communicator are you? Did you get a chance to reflect on what your communication style is? Also, with that thought, I would like to mention that the only communication that the baby is the only one who does a direct communication. What is your style, Madam Toastmasters?
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Pooja. Well, I'm also looking for my style. We'll find out in a couple of days, probably. So I would request everyone to please share your feedback in the chat box. Techmaster is also requested to kindly launch the poll for the best speaker. The polls are on your screen. In Ankit's search style, I have voted mine. Have you?
I request everyone to vote quickly because we have a tie here. Just 10 more seconds will be given to everyone to vote quickly. Who was the best speaker according to you? 4 members still remaining. I request everyone to vote quickly. Okay, so ending the polls in 3, 2, 1, and over to you, Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you so much. Who do you think is responsible for spilling of milk on the floor? The one who is going to drink it, or the one because of whose negligence the milk got spilled? Well, that's my story. While having breakfast, which was usually done on the floor with the mat on, we used to sit on the mat and the glass of milk was kept next to the mat. One day my father was walking in, and because of his negligence, he put his leg on this glass and milk glass fell down. Mother with anger mood said, "Yehi jagah hai ki doodh rakhne ki? Is this the right place to keep the milk?" Next time, it was exactly the reverse. The father is in my situation and I'm in his situation. This time my father is drinking milk, is going to drink milk. This time I put my leg on this glass of milk. This time my father was, "Dekh ke nahi chala jata, can't you see?" So every time I would face that. Elders are always right. That's why in my childhood, I wanted to grow big so that I don't have to be scolded by my elders. But as an adult, when I have grown up, I want to get back into my childhood. Don't you? Okay, next. I would like to share a story again. As a child, I used to play with kitchen set a lot. Can you imagine the age till when I continue doing this? Please share.
Maybe 10 or 12.
18.
10 or 12.
You're still doing it, Anchal. You're still doing it with actual utensils.
No, with the fake one, the small one that I shared with in the slide. Well, it was still 9th standard. Whenever I used to visit my nanny's house, my granny's house, I used to carry this big bag, which was full of all the kitchen utensils. And I used to cook. Sometimes I used to cook rice in them. Can you imagine how? I used to put a Deepak below the stove and a cooker on the stove and used to make it. So that was done. And one day, what my mother did, my mother gave all the utensils to my maid, saying that ye ladki kab badi hogi, when this girl will grow big. So you see, there are a lot of challenges in our life since our childhood, but we should learn how to confront them. Learning something new each time we face them. With the same spirit, let us face the next segment, which is table topic segment, where members can practice speaking on their feet. Here, guests are encouraged to participate. Calling on virtual stage are very talented Toastmaster Rashmi, who is a teacher by profession. In her childhood, she used to spend her evenings with her brothers, playing marbles, hide and seek, kite flights. Toastmaster Rashmi, the stage is all yours.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster of the Day, TM Anchal. Let us give her a big round of applause for making us nostalgic and taking us down the memory lane of our childhood days. Yes, who doesn't want to relive them? All of us. Yes, good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. I am Rashmi Sikri and I'm going to host this section called Table Topic Session, which is the heart of Toastmasters meeting. Dear friends, childhood is such a period when a child is totally sanguine, full of beans, and unaware of all kinds of fears. But as you grow up, you don't know from where you develop so many kinds of fears and phobias. And one of them is the fear of public speaking. So don't worry, in Toastmasters, we are aware of that. And we have developed this section, table topic section, wherein you get to think on your feet because you'll get impromptu topic. And you can come out of your shell, give wings to your creativity, and fight the butterflies in your stomach. So let me tell you some of the points to be remembered here. But before that, let me make an appeal that besides Toastmasters, this is the section where all the guests are appealed to participate wholeheartedly. Please volunteer yourself by raising the virtual hands so that we can call you. And I request, first of all of you to please switch on your cameras so that this session can be interactive. Thank you. Thank you very much. Now let me make you aware of certain points that have to be kept in mind. And that is, you will be given a topic and you have to speak on it for minimum 1 minute and maximum 2 minutes with buffer time of 30 seconds on the upper side. You'll be shown the cards as told by the timer Zubair. That is green card on 1 minute, yellow card on 1 minute 30 seconds, and red card on 2 minutes and above. Now, there is a twist in this section today. Instead of conducting a normal table topic section, we are going to hold turncoat. Now you must be wondering, what is a turncoat? Don't worry. Turncoat is actually sort of a debate with yourself, wherein I'll be giving you 2 topics in one go and you'll have to choose one. And the moment I say turn, you'll have to turn your choice and speak in favor of the other one. So to clarify you, without further ado, let me begin the session and invite an experienced Toastmaster on the stage. Again, the cameras have been switched off. Please switch on the cameras so that I can, and raise your hands. Please volunteer yourself. So may I invite on stage has anybody raised the hand?
Yes.
Toastmasters who are not participating are also requested to raise their hand.
I see Toastmaster Pragati Jain in the audience. And Toastmaster Samkit, are you there?
Pragati, are you there?
Yes, my network is very low today. I'm there. I switched off my video. Can everyone hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, but with some interruptions.
Yes, my network is really low today. Bandwidth is not very good today.
Okay.
I can go ahead.
So let me begin by, doesn't matter, you can participate next time. So let me begin by calling upon the stage TM Shanti. Are you ready?
Yes, sure.
I think the turncoat is clear to you.
Actually, I was busy doing something, but yes, you can just.
I'm going to speak a topic which will consider two choices, and you have to choose one, speak in favor of one, and the moment I said turn, you have to flip your choice.
Got it, got it.
Your topic is Grandma's House or Goa. Grandma's House or Goa, TM Shanti. Over to you.
So I think I would prefer being at my grandma's house, maybe because right now I'm not with her and I really miss her, especially all of the stories that she tells me, because I really love stories. She used to put me to sleep every night, almost all of our cousins, whenever our cousins used to come. We used to fight with each other as to who will sleep next to her because we could hear the story better. And I also remember the times when she used to like in south we have this thing of they mix up the rice with the curry and they make little balls of rice and they feed the kids. So that was also something that we used to fight about.
Done.
Goa is beach, and beach is one of the places that I think I will never miss out on. Beach always gives me that sense of peace. It's so vast, and whenever I am tense or whenever I feel like life has become so overwhelming, beach just gives me peace. And I think over anything, I would prefer being at the beach, because Goa is known for its beaches and also for the various activities. So I think there's no choice about, there's no winner. Goa is going to be the winner anytime. And yep, pretty much. You want me to continue or?
No, you can continue.
Okay.
I was about to say turn when you said go.
Okay, so assuming that you've said turn, I'll talk back about my grandmother. So incidentally, I do have memories about me and my grandmother taking walks to the beach as well. So it is like a mix of both. I come from a coastal town, so I used to go with her every day. She used to take, whenever I used to visit her, she used to take me to the park, walk with me for 1 kilometer, and she used to just play with me in the beach while I was getting dirty and everything. So I think grandma's house is the best because there I get beach as well. So yeah.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, TM Shanti. Obviously,
thank you for the topic.
Grandma's house memories, they are always the best, and nobody can deny that. So now I can see Rashi. I think guest Rashi is raising the hand. Rashi, are you here?
Yes, ma'am, I'm here.
Okay, are you ready?
Yeah.
Your topic is siblings or friends? Siblings or friends? Guest Rashi.
So I would choose friends because one, I don't have siblings, and I have grown up with friends around me. And I recently came back from my campus due to COVID, and I spent amazing time with my friends. I made a number of friends over there, and I just got to know what the spirit of friendship is like, and why people can actually, go out of their way just to be there for their friends. So being there for friends and enjoying with them, I think that is something that campus has taught me. So I would choose friends any day.
Turn.
Siblings, I have to choose. I mean, I grew up missing out on the siblings part, and that is one thing I've always aspired to have. Having siblings, that is, I used to see other kids who were always playing with their siblings, who never got bored, and who never just felt like they were missing company. So that is that one thing that I would really like to live. If I get to take rebirth, I would grow up with a lot of siblings around me, and probably become a more social person with that. So that was it about it.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Rashi.
Thank you
for expressing in such a nice manner.
Thank
Yes, now I can see guest Kanav. Guest Kanav, are you ready to go ahead? Guest Kanav. Now I'm not able to see. Are you there? Yes. Guest Kanav. Your topic is bicycle or car? Bicycle or car? Guest Kanav, over to you. I think internet connection is weak.
Hello. Hello.
You can
Hello?
switch off your
I'm
video
audible?
and then you can speak. Guest Kanav.
Hello. I'm audible.
Yes, you are audible.
Okay. So I choose car because it's other can drive.
Again, you are not audible, Kanav.
Toastmaster Rashmi, can we please move on to the next speaker?
Yes, yes.
Yes, thank you.
Sorry, guest Kanav. And
Shreya Gupta is
next, I can see guest Shreya. Please unmute yourself.
Yeah, am I audible now?
Now you're audible, perfectly audible.
Yeah.
So your topic is, Shreya, a school teacher or YouTube lectures? School teacher or YouTube lectures? Over to you, Shreya.
So yeah, I have like COVID has taught me a wonderful experience on like online teaching, but still I will consider a school teacher because I had a wonderful experience with her. So one time, like as a part of a curriculum, we used to have in speaking skills ASL, and I used to be a very nervous kid regarding any public speaking. So one time, like she really helped me. She was just giving everyone a topic to speak on, and I also got a topic like randomly, and it was impromptu completely. So I remember that there was a recording going on for the session, and she asked me to speak up. So for the time being, like for the introduction, I was quite nervous. Like, what should I say? What should I not say? Like, what should not say? The topics regarding the topic.
Shreya, turn.
Yeah, online teaching, of course, COVID has taught us that online teaching can give you the anything, like can give you the skills which is being required for the today's time. No matter where you are, you can just completely get whole part of the session in just one room, and it gives you all the skills, like all the benefit skills which is being required in today's time, especially related to the technologies. So yeah.
Thank you very much, Shreya.
Yeah.
I'm happy that you favored school teacher. Thank you very much. Being a school teacher, I would love to listen that only. Yes,
Yeah.
next, who can I request? Can I request another guest to please raise their hand? Yes, guest Faisal.
There was someone else who did it before me, so if they want to go first,
Okay,
I don't
if you
mind.
are ready, I can give you a turn.
I'm ready, but
Okay.
okay.
So, guess Faisal, your topic is childhood days or college days? Childhood days or college days? Over to you.
So I will start with childhood days. My childhood days were in a place which was not as privileged as I'm living in right now. This place being in the northeast of Delhi and had a very different lifestyle, and the views of life were very different. In fact, if you know, the February riots took place this last February in northeast of Delhi, which is one of the most poorer part of Delhi. So uh, I, I, when I shifted out of this place, I realized that life can be very different.
Turn.
So
Faisal, turn.
in the college days, I met very different people who came from families which were much more educated, much more from richer backgrounds, and so this transition from my childhood to my college days showed me a different world, and I'm glad I could see all the transitions during my life, and and see the two different worlds in the same city.
Thank you very much, Faisal, for taking such a wonderful attempt. Thank you very much. And I believe all the participants, they were sanguine in volunteering themselves and coming out and speaking out their mind. And I hope you might have enjoyed this turncoat sort of impromptu session. So all the best for your future also. Keep on volunteering yourself and keep on coming out of your shells. Thank you very much. And back to you, Toastmaster of the day. Before one, I forgot. I request the tech master to please launch the polls for the best table topics.
There was some error in the poll, so we'll do that in the next segment.
Okay, thank you very much, and back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Rashmi. Now coming to the last but most important segment of this meeting, which is evaluation round, which is done by Toastmaster Darshan Singh and his team. Toastmaster Darshan is pursuing electrical and electronic engineering and is a freelance content writer and blogger. As a child, he was quite obsessed with football, and because of non-availability of football area in the school playground, he and his friends used to play in a small area wearing a cap of Coke bottle to hide himself and his friends from this strict PT teacher. Now, Toastmaster Darshan, the stage is all yours.
Thank you so much, Madam Toastmaster of the day, for inviting me onto the stage. So let me just spotlight myself. Okay, so yes, every one of you is discussing about their childhood days and all those thoughts coming into my mind also. So I just want to give one anecdote from my school days. When I was a kid, there was a time when I was in the break. I was on the ground and everyone was eating their lunch and just going after and with other friends. So there was a sir. So he was keeping a watch on everyone who is throwing the who is playing on there, or who is doing what he's doing or what is not doing. So he just caught me and said, okay, so you are roaming alone, why are you not with your friends? So I, being a very guilty, that I just caught my friend who was using a phone in the class. So I told madam that, oh ma'am, he is using the phone. So I was feeling very guilty about that. So that sir caught me in the break and said, okay, you are very small. I think I was in 5th class. So then my friend came out and he was saying, oh sir, why are you talking with him? You know how naughty is he? I said, no, he's very calm, he's very composed, look at his face, so innocent. And I was like, okay, so the teacher is acknowledging me and he's giving me so much of I'm getting limelight in front of everyone. So everyone just they made a huddle. Okay, so Darshan is getting a lot of compliments from a sir. Why is getting compliments? So the friend of mine came from all the way from the class. What are you doing, sir? Do you know what he did just? he just let my 12,000 rupees phone. Ma'am just took me, and you are just giving him compliments. You know how naughty is he? And then said, okay, no, he can't do that. No, he can't do that. And in myself, in my inner self is saying, okay, so yeah, all the fake smiles are coming out. So this was from my memory that I still remember that. Yeah, I still feel very guilty about my friend, and we are also on the chat. Right, and even today we also talk about the same things that happened in the school. Okay, so now without wasting any time, and so I think we should move quickly with this evaluation segment. So what is general evaluation segment? First of all, the structure of this segment is that everything will be evaluated in this segment, right from the start of the meeting, sergeant at arms, president, and TMOD, then the evaluators, and then the table topics will be evaluated in this segment. Okay, so why this evaluation segment is important? Because you will get to know what were the good parts of your speech and what were the areas where you can improve yourself. Okay, so before I start with my evaluation, let me call the evaluators of the speech of the speakers. So let me welcome the evaluator number one, that is Toastmaster Ritvik Dash, to evaluate Toastmaster Shivangi Mittal. So please welcome Toastmaster Ritvik Dash on the stage.
Toastmaster Darshan, I would like to inform you that Toastmaster Ritvik is facing some network issue.
Okay.
Meanwhile, he has shared his evaluation in form of a video. I'm
Okay.
going to share the video for all of you.
All right, sure. We can all see.
I hope you can see the screens.
Yes, I'm able to see the screens.
From Executive Council to Team 2AM. It is just a humorous line for a very spooky experience which Shivangi Mittal and I actually excelled to rule at. Let me tell you from personal experience. With all that being said, I'm going to also tell you congratulations to UTM Shivangi Mittal for excelling and fulfilling the speech objectives of identifying your primary leadership style, sharing some of the aspect of your leadership styles, and discuss leadership styles in general. Kudos to you on that. But was it only the content that she excelled at? No, she had her hand gestures, voice modulation, playing with pace and power at different moments to put it a cherry on the cake. Give you an example. I was very comfortable. What? Knows the way, goes the way, shows the way. Look at the way she is connecting her hand movements with the pace and power that she is playing, and also look at the voice modulation she is making. This whole circle of four elements put down into a circle coming into one confluence, and she's presenting in a plate to you, to the audience. This is how a great speech is. Kudos to you on that. With all that being said, let me also tell you, in Toastmasters, we also believe in making a good speech better the next time. So maybe you could have used your fingers while pointing out the number of leadership styles you were talking. For example, democratic, where I had to take different decisions from everyone and make my own. Pace setting, where I had to do this, something like that. So this is the use of hands and fingers which you could have used to show the number of leadership styles you were talking about. It would have been very easy for us to understand. Maybe we'd also wanted to know some of your moments of improvisation, which would have made it more interesting, and maybe some funny or spooky moments. So to summarize, great voice modulation, use of pace, power, playing with them, and hand gestures, voice clarity, audience awareness, great eye contact, sometimes the use of art of sense of humor too. And to put that in the next speech, some presence of mind with the finger movements and your moments of inspiration to make it more masaledar, spicy.
Thank you so much, Mr. President, for doing that. Okay, so let me welcome the second evaluator of today's meeting, that is Toastmaster Shanti. So Toastmaster Shanti was evaluating the speech of Toastmaster Joy. So please welcome Toastmaster Shanti on the virtual stage.
Thank you, General Evaluator. So, Toastmaster Joy's speech, COVID-19 vaccine, to vaccinate or to not vaccinate. First of all, I would like to commend him on taking up this topic, which is very apt at this moment. Now that we're going through weekend curfews and a lot of cases and all of that, So I would first like to commend him on taking this very relevant topic. Now, a few good things about his speech were the great energy that he showcased all through the speech. With his energy, he was able to keep up the audience engagement. He has even quoted some songs, Kolaveridi. He sung a song and then he sung the spoof of it. And then he even joked about the various myths that are lying about microchips that Bill Gates is trying to put into each one of us, and how that is very absurd. And with all of these kind of tools, he has used all of these tools to keep the audience engaged at all times. And not to forget that he was also interactive. He asked whether anyone had this experience and he has interacted with the audience. In that way, he has managed to keep the attention at all times. That is one thing that I would like to recommend him about. And the topic was well researched and it was also very informative. I would especially like to commend him about one particular topic which I personally liked. It is stating the difference between public health mandate and getting a personalized treatment. It is different. When we had the second wave, we could see that sometimes the government and the doctors had to take some measures which was in the interest of the general public and not just one individual. That is something that I found really, really important, and I really commend him on that. I just have one recommendation for him. The time, he has informed me beforehand as well that he had difficulties keeping up with the time, and that same thing has gotten repeated. uh, Initially, it went on well, but at the end, the speech felt a little hurried because the time was running out. I think if you could look after the time, then it would be much better. Finally, I would say that the speech is well organized and the speaker has ended with a sanguine tone, and he had great vocal variety and modulation as well. Thank you, Toastmaster Joy, for this topic, and back to the general evaluator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Shanti, for that crisp and brief evaluation of Toastmaster Joy. Now, the last evaluator, that is Toastmaster Karanveer, will going to evaluate Toastmaster Pooja. So please welcome Toastmaster Karanveer on the stage.
Thank you so much, General Evaluator. Very good evening, fellow Toastmasters and leaders. Our speaker, Toastmaster Pooja, delivered a very well presented speech about different communication styles we all possess. Have you ever heard a baby cry? That is an interesting, engaging question that the speaker started her speech with. And throughout her speech, she assured that we know why does a baby cry. She started with explaining 4 different styles of communication, which is initiative, supportive, direct, and analytical. And she told us what are those styles of communication. And then she defined what kind of communication style she possesses, which she termed as flexible communication. The objectives of the speech were clearly fulfilled, where she got to know about the communication styles and she could discover those communication styles for herself. Throughout the speech, she was very vivid through her hand gestures. She was full of intriguing questions. There were multiple questions throughout the speech. The speech felt where the speaker was talking to the audience one to one. Am I being manipulative in my communication style? Am I analytical? With each question, the speaker forced us to think upon our communication style as well. Throughout the speech, there were instances supporting her communication style, and she very thoroughly explained what flexible communication style, according to her, was. There were some points where I felt that personal anecdotes could have been added. For example, when she was telling that she's a flexible communicator where she talks according to the other person. Instead of saying 1 or 2 lines about it, she could have added personal anecdotes. Say, how does she communicate with her team? How does she communicate while she's at home with her husband? There are different communication styles in each one of us, and this can be shown there. Another thing which could have been done a little better was the title could have been chosen aptly. The title of the speech was Understanding Your Communication Style. If the title would have been Why Does a Newborn Baby Cry? That would have intrigued me right when I saw the speech title from the agenda. And that is one interesting way the speakers make their speeches very interesting through the use of title. Overall, it was a very well structured speech. He had the content throughout, use of personal anecdotes, and a little more practice where she could have delivered the speech in a better prepared manner would do wonders for her. I I commend the speaker for fluency, hand gestures, the great eye contact she had throughout, and the confidence with which she presented her project. Great work done there, Toastmaster Pooja. Wish you all the very best for your future speeches. Thank you, and back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Karanveer, for evaluating Toastmaster Pooja. That was a really very well comprehensive evaluation. Now, coming on to the reports from the auxiliary role players. So I would like to welcome my team. So we like to start with the language evaluator, Toastmaster Vedant, to come forward and give your report in a brief and short.
Some good words used were hamper, affiliative, transition, collaborative, dynamic, ingenuity, mutation, equitable, and there was a good combination of the song Collaborate D and Lockdown. Lockdown was used 3 times. The word of the day was said one time by TM Akshat Goyal, 3 times by Rashmi Sikri ma'am, 1 time by TM Joy, and 1 time by TM Shanti. Hindi was used 3 times in the meeting, but it was translated to English also afterwards by T Mod Anchal Jain ma'am. She used the word Deepak. It could have been translated to English as lamp. And I would like to encourage the Toastmasters to use this word in the future as well. And that's all from my side. Back to General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Vedant, for your evaluation. Now we'll welcome the timer, that is Toastmaster Zubair Qureshi. So I request Toastmaster Zubair to be very quick and with a brief with the report.
Okay, so I am an experienced Toastmaster. So right now I'm giving chance to other auxiliary role players. Here is my report. The important thing is every speaker is qualified to be eligible for the voting. And one thing I liked about today's meeting is we were very concerned about timing, because from last few meetings we are running out of time. So commendable job, VP Education and President. Thank you. Back to General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Zubair, for that wonderful report on the time. So next, I would like to welcome the R counter, that is Toastmaster Akshat Goel. So Toastmaster Akshat, please present your report briefly.
Thank you, Toastmaster Darshan. Pardon me if I get a bit long with my report.
Yeah,
So, Toastmaster Karanveer used filler sounds 2 times. Toastmaster Anchal used filler sound 5 times. Filler word 2 times. Toastmaster Zubair used filler sound 2 times. Filler word 2 times. Toastmaster Vedant was flawless. He used just 1 filler sound. Toastmaster Sakshi used 2 filler words. Toastmaster Ankit used 1 filler sound. Toastmaster Ritik was also flawless. He used just 2 filler sounds. Toastmaster Shivangi used 2 filler sounds, 4 filler words, and 1 repetitive phrase. Toastmaster Shanti used 8 filler sounds and 1 filler word. Toastmaster Joy used 2 filler words and 2 short pause. Toastmaster Pooja used 9 filler sounds and 3 filler words. Toastmaster Rashmi used 2 filler words. Guest Rashi used 3 filler sounds and 2 filler words. Guest Shreya used 2 filler sound, 5 filler words, and 2 repetitive phrases. Guest Faisal used 5 filler sounds and 1 filler word. And Toastmaster Darshan, you have used so far 6 filler sounds and 5 filler words. And yeah, that's all from my side. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Akshat. That was a really very nice and crisp. So now let us see who are the ones who are continuously switching their videos on and off. Let us welcome the parliamentarian of today's meeting, that is Toastmaster Sakshi. Over to you.
Almost all the rules were followed except the one that is always the same. The videos are off. So I encourage everyone to please switch on the videos, and irrespective of, you don't have to worry about your backgrounds until and unless it is a technical issue. And if you switch on your videos, it will definitely lift the entire experience of the meeting. So that's all from my side. Over to you, to General Evaluator of the Day.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Sakshi, for that quick report. So let us now hear from the listener, Toastmaster Bhavanand. So let us see how we are so how we listened, or how we are so much into the meeting, or how we are engaged into the meeting. So let us welcome the listener today, that is Toastmaster Bhavanand. So let us hear from him.
Thank you. Being a listener, I will ask 3 questions. Question number 1. Initially, at the start of session, President Karanbir invited a guest to introduce. So who was first one?
DTM
First
Deepak
one.
Menon. DTM Deepak Menon.
No, I am asking, guest was invited to introduce. Guest.
Mr. Abhinav.
Yes, thank you. Yes. Question number 2. Toastmaster of the day, Achal, showed a different memory image on a screen, and after that she said, when I was -year old, visited to candy shop. When I was -year old, visited to candy shop. Five, six, seven, eight. Yes.
5.
6.
Yes, 6. 6 is the right answer. Now, third question. Speaker Pooja explained different types of communication, and during her session, she said, baby do dash type of communication, and I do dash type of communication.
Direct.
Direct and flexible.
Yes.
Direct.
Over to General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Avanand, for that really very quick. Okay, so now I would like to raise the ballots for who was the best auxiliary, for who was the best evaluator first. So the polls are on the screen now. You will be given 15 seconds to vote, so vote quickly, and we are also running out of time. So who was the best evaluator according to you? Please vote for that. And I encourage everyone to take part in the democratic process of voting. Okay, still few members are remaining. 2 of the members are still remaining. I encourage you to vote quickly. 5 more seconds will be given. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and it's done. Thank you. So now again I will launch the polls for the best auxiliary role player. Who was amongst the best auxiliary role player according to you? So vote quickly. Again 15 seconds will be given. So please take part in the democratic process again. Cast your vote quickly. 5 more seconds will be given. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, great. Everyone is done. Good. Okay, so now the table topic speakers were also remaining. So vote for them also quickly. We have launching the polls for table topic speaker. Who was the best table topic speaker according to you? So vote for them also. Then I will proceed with my report as a general evaluator. 5 more seconds will be given. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and that's it. Thank you so much for obeying my instructions. So let us start the main thing, that the general evaluation. Let us start from the meeting itself, from the start. So the meeting was well started on the time. It was 7:15 spot on, with the Toastmaster Navya as Sergeant at Arms. So Toastmaster Navya, as she is growing up in the Toastmasters, so she started on the, like, this is her third time that she is giving the sergeant at arms, and I like the way that how she's improving. Just one recommendation to Toastmaster Navya is that whenever you come forward, that you are starting the meeting, so everyone is expecting you to bit more in the on the high tone, like welcome everyone, welcome to the Center Lady Toastmasters. So you have to just show out with the expressions. Okay, so you're welcoming everyone. You just have to you do not have to make like everyone, okay, so welcome everyone to the Center Lady Toastmasters meeting number 446. Just bring out some more expressions, take the meeting to the next level, and then introduce the captain, the Mr. President. Now I come to Mr. President. I've seen him in his first address, as there were a few of the recommendations given to him, and in the second also. But today he has taken that feedback so well that today I was short of giving him the areas of improvement. So he was very well. His structure, like the way he introduced himself, and the way he said about like there was a one girl and there was a one boy, and he shared the story. That was really wonderful, that relate to the theme of the day. And then he also started he welcomed the guest also, and took the introduction of every guest, and taking the time of the meeting, that how time is important. He also ensured that everyone who has not been introduced shall put their introduction in the chat box. So I like the, so kudos to the Karanveer on that. Then coming on to the Toastmaster of the day, to Toastmaster Anjal. Very good theme of the day. I liked it so much. Like it was a childhood days. I'm sorry if I don't remember the theme of the day, because I am currently in my report. So Toastmaster of the day, engaging audience. I wanted her to engage audience, and that was the main part. She was focused on that. Started with a bang. Started with asking questions. Opened her PPT, shared a PPT, presented that, and asking questions. Do you see that? Do you see these toffees or these candies or these games we used to play? And I was like, okay, so this is the audience engagement movement. Started with the audience engagement movement. This is what we want. You were fluent, you were clear, the voice modulation was highlighted. But were you, but the audience were engaged with that? Yes, the audience were engaged with that. And where there are some of the things that you could, improve, where you could improve, is that shorten your anecdotes. Like there were anecdotes coming after the speakers also. So you can just take note on that you can share the theme of the day, relate to that, and just share few of the parts of that. Okay, because we are also have to see the time, that if we are working on the time, because the time management is really important in the Toastmasters meeting. Then coming on to the to the table topics master, Toastmaster Rashmi Sekri, the senior Toastmaster of our club. And Toastmaster Rashmi Sekri, I would like to say thank you to Toastmaster Rashmi Sikri for introducing a new thing into the table topic session. I'm sorry, the table topics master, Toastmaster Rashmi Sikri. I will have to say thanks to her, because she introduced a new thing that is called turn ago. And what was that? She explained really well. Like if I say turn, then you have to switch to that topic, and then I say you have to switch to that topic. So that was very well explained. The table topics were absolutely stunning. There were small topics, easy to speak, and all the table topic speakers were also, they were not like they have to say something. They were not stucking at some point. They were so fluent. It was not like they were giving an impromptu speeches. This was not impromptu speeches. Like Toastmaster Shanti, her topic was grandma or Goa. It was like she had built up, like the way she built up, like okay, grandma, then she turned onto the Goa. I like the way the organized things in her mind. Then guest Rashi and guest Shreya and guest Faisal, all of them had made sure that whatever the topic was given to them, they were spot on, like what to speak and what not to speak, and how to change and how to turn. This was a very good part of all the guests. So I give a lot of emphasis is given onto the topic by the guests also. So very well done on that. I was hoping to give some recommendation on the in the table topic segment also, but there was no recommendations from there. Now coming on to the evaluators, Toastmaster Ritvik, his network was not working well, so he made a video. So yeah, I would like to give applause to Toastmaster Ritvik for that such and our duty towards the evaluator. So please give a big clap to Toastmaster Ritvik. He's not present in the meeting, but yes, let's appreciate Toastmaster Ritvik's effort. So he made a video of Toastmaster Shivangi's evaluation. Toastmaster Ritvik is a very uh, improved speaker. Like the way he give his evaluations is like no one in the club can match of his level. Like we have so many evaluators in our club, so many senior people in the club, but at his level, he is the best. So the way he used the CRC approach, like first he said the good parts about the speech, first he said about the good parts, then there were some improvement areas, then again the things where Shivangi, the speaker one can improve herself. So very well done on the part of the evaluator and Toastmaster Ritvik. So I was about to give a recommendation, but there was no recommendation apart from that. The way you gave your recording to the Kananveer, I'm just short of words how well you are dedicated towards the evaluation and towards the club. So next, Toastmaster Shanti was evaluating Toastmaster Joy, and Toastmaster Shanti was giving a evaluation. I think she was giving the evaluation the first or the second time, and she was not like she was giving her evaluation like first time. It was like she was a pro. Today the evaluation segment is like I'm really short of giving an improvement. Like you guys are so improved in the evaluation to all the evaluators and giving me hard time to give the recommendation. Everything is just coming to just giving commendation and commendation. So used CRC approach well, commended the speaker and encouraged him on the topic, that is a vaccines, a really important topic, put a lot of emphasis on that. We all should get vaccinated and as soon as possible. And I also urge everyone that those who are not vaccinated till now, go on and please vaccinate yourself and just vaccinate yourself. That's it, no questions asked on that. So very well done Toastmaster Shanti on your evaluation. Then Toastmaster Karanveer was evaluating Toastmaster Pooja, and as expect, Toastmaster Karanveer is a president and he's a senior member of the club. And the way he was just say like Pooja, you were speaking like this and you can have this. Everything was just like comprehensive evaluation. I'm really short of giving the recommendations to all the evaluators today. I'm sorry, but I think this is one of the best meetings I've ever heard. I've ever been part of this the club, the Toastmaster meeting. This is one of the best I've heard because I'm really short of giving the recommendation, although I have a lot of notes with me. But I just don't know how to give recommendation to everyone because you guys were so absolutely stunning. And so Toastmaster Karanvi is as always giving the evaluation as expected, was well done on that. Now coming on to the auxiliary role players. First, Toastmasters Zubair Qureshi. Now, thank you to, first of all, before coming on to the evaluating of the auxiliary role players, thank you all for obeying me, for giving your reports very briefly and quick and crisp because we are very short on time. I will just take 3 or 4 minutes more. So this is to all the auxiliary role players. I will evaluate in one time, will not take any single line. So to all the role players, the roles were explained really well and all the roles were related to the themes. And this is what a general evaluator is looking for. If your role and if your introduction in the role is related to the theme, that just engage everyone. Okay, so you explain, every one of you have explained your role well and that was related to the theme. Just few of the recommendations to the language evaluator, like the way you presented your report. You said, okay, now start, he was using that, the word of the day. You could have said, okay, thank you general evaluator, so my report is starting from this, so you can say about that. Okay, so you started like, okay, you started just giving a report. Then one thing is for the R counter, that is Akshat. Although Akshat is a very experienced Toastmaster from the past, but one recommendation to Toastmaster Akshat also, you could have said about how to improve yourself. Like there was so much of filler words, filler sounds for the speakers. You could have said how can you improve yourself in removing or just deleting these type of things from your speech and just make your speech so fantastic so that everyone love to hear you. Apart from that, everything was well structured, and today the time was the main. I think we are running very short of the time in the previous meeting also, but today I think that has been taken care of that. So coming on to my evaluation, okay, so as GE, well, I was quite nervous in the start, and I had missed the table topics polls because of some error in the Zoom poll. So I should take that as a recommendation for myself, because to create the polls well on time, then and I should not make all the polls like I was giving. I just allotted all the polls like evaluators and or for the table topics and the auxiliary like at one go consecutively. I should not do that. And for the next time, I can take all the I can take the feedback. If you want to give me the feedback, you can give me the in the personal chat box, or you can WhatsApp me. Whosoever is the meeting felt that okay, the general evaluator should also be given some recommendation. So this is all from my part, and I hand over the stage back to the Toastmaster of the day. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much, General Evaluator. So, when you were small and your exams were near, our parents might have refrained you from watching TV, isn't it? But my question from you is, how many of you have somehow managed to watch the TV despite their refraining? Yeah, I was one of them. I was quite addicted to watching a lot of TV serials, and especially Crime Patrol. Crime Patrol used to come 3 or 4 times in a day, approximately 3 or 4 hours, that means. So we used to have 2 televisions in our house. One was a color TV and other was a black and white. My father used to come around 9:30 at night from the shop, and that was a time for him to watch the TV serials or movies. And that was also the time for me to watch, but because of exams I couldn't do so. So while my father was watching in the color TV, I would somehow manage to watch it in the on the black and white TV, which was in my granny's room. And taking into consideration that my father is not coming by watching his footsteps and by sneaking from the window. So that was my hilarious part. Now, with this theme, let us all recall our childhood and become the same old child who never hesitated to fall, to make mistakes, to try something new. Every time you see an opportunity, just never lose a chance to grab it. Just step in without any fear of people's judgment. Every effort of you counts, and every effort will make a better version of yourself. Now, I would like to invite every one of you to please share your childhood memories in the CDTM informal group or the CDTM family group. With this note, let me hand over the stage to the president.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Anchal. You very beautifully crafted today's theme around her childhood memories, and you took us down back to the memory lane. The highlight of today's meeting has been time, and I'm glad that we are going to end the meeting on time today. Before we move on, I would request all of you to please vote for the best role player. The best role player polls are on your screens now. The nominees are Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Anchal Jain, Toastmaster Rashmi Sikri, Table Topics Master, and Toastmaster Darshan, General Evaluator. While the polls are being collected, I would like to make an announcement. So coming up on 1st of March 2022 is our club level international speech contest. Now, what is an international speech contest? It is a contest where all the paid members of the club are eligible to participate if they have completed level 2. You have to deliver a 5 to 7 minutes of speech in the club level international speech contest. And out of all the contestants, you get to deliver your speech, and rise above to area level, to division, and then to district, and maybe to the international stage. This is your opportunity to improve yourself as a speaker. How you can do it? Write down your the first of all, if you have completed your level 2, that's great. If you haven't, then reach out to VP Ed or president to ensure that your level 2 speeches are completed. After you have done that, sit down, write your winning speech, try to deliver it in front of your mentors, in front of your friends. See if that emotionally connects everyone. It can be anything, humorous, inspirational, any kind of speech for 5 to 7 minutes. And then on the 1st of March, we are going to have club level ISC in our club. More details to follow on the group itself. Now it's time to announce the polls results. Who do you think was the best speaker today? We had Toastmaster Pooja, Toastmaster Joy, and our IPP Toastmaster Shivangi Mittal. You can unmute yourself and tell the names. Yes, Sakshi.
Yeah. TM Shivangi.
More. I need more answers.
Neck and neck competition.
Toastmaster Joy, I think.
TM Shivangi.
Well, it was completely neck and neck competition, and we decided to make it a tie because no polls could do it. So the best speakers of the evening are Toastmaster Shivangi and Toastmaster Joy Dev. Congratulations. Who do you think was the best auxiliary role player of this evening? The best auxiliary role player award for this evening goes to Timer Toastmaster Zubair for being very crisp in his report and delivering a very proper introduction of his role. Very well done, Toastmaster Zubair. Who do you think was the best table topic speaker today?
Shanti.
TM Shanti.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, the polls were, there was a lot of fight between Toastmaster Shanti, guest Shreya, and guest Rashi. And ultimately, it was Toastmaster Shanti who won it. Congratulations, Toastmaster Shanti. Who do you think is the best evaluator of this evening?
Toastmaster Karanveer.
Karan.
Well, we have other evaluators
Yes,
too, Toastmaster Ratvik and Toastmaster Shanti.
Karan.
Toastmaster
Karan.
Shanti.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your support. It is me, Toastmaster Karanveer. The big hamper. Who do you think was the best role player of this evening? Was it a Toastmaster of the day who took us on journey of childhood? Was it table topic master who ensured that we turn our quotes back and again? Or was it a general evaluator who provided a crisp and nice evaluation?
Toastmaster Darshan.
Darshan Young.
Toastmaster Achal Jain.
Toastmaster Darshan.
Achal Jain.
We are tied between Toastmaster Anchal and Toastmaster Darshan.
Well, it's crazy when you see the polls result on this side of the screen. The numbers rise up and down again and again. And ultimately, it was TMOD Toastmaster Anchal Jain who won it today. Congratulations, Toastmaster Anchal.
Thank you so much.
Very well done. I think we all are improving as speakers and leaders. We have improved on the time aspect of this meeting, and I would like to encourage everyone, we should continue being in time. May I request all of you to please turn on your cameras for a group picture. And after that, we'll have a guest briefing. For that, I would request all the guests to please stay back. Can we have a cheese sign, please, or a victory sign? Thank you so much. It's done. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining us this evening. Hope you had a productive time. I hereby officially end the meeting. Thank you so much.
Bye, everybody. Bye, everyone.
Good night.
Bye, everyone. Good night.
Good night.
Stay safe.
Good night.
All the guests are requested to please stay back.
Good night, everyone.
Thank you, everyone. Okay, we have all the guests. Sanchit, would you like to take this up?
Hanji, yes, sir.
Sure. I'll turn off the video recording for now.